So, but I've had such a hectic day. In the morning, I took Siamo to a game. He had a game. Then I came back. So we were supposed to have this live at 4 p.m. Then we had load shedding. Then Habi on the side, he was busy. On this side, he was busy working on the electricity because we do have backup power. So I'm just sorry, I'm looking for our guest. I've sent her the link, so I need her to join. Yeah, if you saw my thing, I said we plan, but ESCOM load shedding decides is the ultimate one. So I'm wondering if she's struggling. Oh, I see you, Sisi. Hi, sis. You need to join with the link that I've sent you. Did you manage to join with that link? The link I sent you on Instagram. You see, all these platforms, they have their way of doing things because Instagram, I just send an invite. But with YouTube, it's like you don't send the invite on YouTube. You must send it, copy, and yeah, please. I must copy and send it somewhere or via WhatsApp or something. This is a sign to YouTube that they definitely need a DM. I was saying this last time that it's not easy to connect. Yes. I've asked. Hi!
Hi.
Woo! We finally made it. Yeah. Ah,
Better
it
late than
was,
never.
I kept on saying, okay, I need to trust. You know that scripture that all things are working together for your good. So I kept on
Yes.
telling myself that I have to
Yes.
believe that even now it is working together for our good. God knows.
Absolutely.
Hi, at
Absolutely.
home with Adele. Hello, sisters. Yeah, but I was frustrated because I hate inconveniencing people. Also, as much as I'm not organized, but punctuality is my organization. So I love being punctual. So when I'm not
It's
punctual,
okay.
it frustrates me. So
It's
yeah, but
okay.
I'm glad finally we are here. Thank you so much for being patient, for understanding. I really appreciate it. Can you
No
please,
problem.
can you please introduce yourself to everyone? Do I need to introduce myself because I'm talking to you, and probably people who are subscribed to you, they don't know me.
They don't know you, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm Joey Dlamini. Yeah, someone who loves people, someone who loves life, a good person. I'm a good person who's very tired today, but because, yeah, load shedding, it will ruin your plans, but we are here. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that is me. I love people, I love God, and I'm trying to use the gifts He has given me on social media. Yeah. Can you please introduce yourself?
That's so beautiful. Hi, I am Lagracia Eckstein, and yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I
it's
I
you.
like to I like to laugh. I consider myself very loyal. I am a good listener, and I love Jesus a lot. I love God a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I don't always do the right thing, but I'm trying. Like I do my
Yes.
best. I do my best. Yeah, that's me.
I used to think, as you said, Sisi, that you are a good listener. I used to
Mm,
think I'm a good listener until I
you
did
are.
my social work degree. And I discovered that I'm not a good listener. The reason why the reason why I discovered that I'm a good listener is because on the professional one, you are not supposed to give advices. So
Yes,
I'm that person. I love giving advices. I love
yes.
giving advices. So I'm that person that when you are talking to me, I'll be like, why don't you do it like this? What? So when I was reading that, I was like, Joey, you're not a good listener. You just need to listen without interrupting or giving your own opinions. So
Yes.
yeah, we need good
So
listeners.
you know what? I don't think my husband will agree that I'm a good listener. And I don't think my siblings will agree that I'm a good listener. Like the people around, like the people closest to me, I don't think they'll agree that I'm a good listener because I'm the same. Like I fix while you're telling me a story, I am busy thinking of ways to fix it. So I also have that like it's not about you fixing it, just listen. And then, but what I do now is I try and ask, like, are you telling me to vent? Are you telling me because you want ideas on how to, like, how to fix it? Or even if you just tell me, it's fine, but
Yeah.
it's not easy. But for strangers, for my friends, I'm the one that listens, I'm the one that they come to and then they tell me a whole lot of things and a whole lot of things and a whole lot of things. But yeah, I do
No,
the
I
same.
get you. Thank you, everyone who's joining in. So, we are continuing our topic from Instagram, where we were talking about the realities of being a stay at home mom and how sometimes society views you or how you yourself sees yourself and your role. And I shared that my mom was a stay at home mom. That's what
Mm,
I wanted. It was my gift to her. And I really love the comfort of knowing that she is home. I love the
mm.
comfort of coming in, especially when I was at varsity. Like when I came in back from school, we'll be sorting out my clothes, we'll be talking about how things are. She'll be like, I wonder how do you survive? And I'm like, I'm surviving. I'm eating eggs and noodles. I'm making it. You know. So can you just share your experience so far, especially about how does the world view you and how do you view yourself?
So I think my desire to be at home was birthed out of my mom being a working mother. So
Oh
my
yeah.
mother was, yeah, my mother was a working mother. And when I experienced her being at home, that was always the best time. So when my mother was on leave, it always felt like this is what, like, this is what I was missing. This is what I enjoyed because when she was at home, it just felt like, when you're used to walking into a house and then you're the first one there, or there's someone helping around the house or whatever the case may be. It's not the same as walking in when it's your mother there. So I understand
Yeah.
that, but we only had like 2 to 3 weeks of that a year, and or when she was on maternity leave, because I have two younger siblings. When she was on maternity leave, like that extended time where she would be at home, and
Yeah.
I always look back at that moment and I was like, it was really nice. And when I became a mother, that was I had to go back to work after 3 months. My son was just turned 3 months old, and it was the worst experience ever. It was the absolute worst experience ever. It was, I could not, for the longest time, I couldn't understand why I needed to work. And
Yeah.
like, like, why couldn't I take my child with me? Or why couldn't I go to work but still be at home? Like,
Yeah.
it was just weird for me. And I never thought that I would feel that way, but I did. So to get to like to answer the question, I think there was at the time when I stopped working, I felt like a lot of people couldn't understand like why I would stop working because I was working for a while.
Mm, mm.
It was more than 10 years that I was working at that time. And I think, and I also did not expect for it to be permanent. The plan was to stay at home for 3 months, and then 3 months turned into 6 months, 6 months turned into a year. And at the end of this year, it will be 8 years. that I'm at home. So
Wow.
I did not expect, like, I stumbled into this blessing. It is something
Mm,
that I always prayed for. It is something that my husband always worked for, and us together at the time when I was working. But it wasn't something where we said, like, okay, when you stop working, this is what you're going to be doing. So I think because it didn't happen by me preparing, because when I left my job, I knew that at some point, like in 3 months' time, I'm going to look for work again and I'm going to enter back into the job market. So I did not have that adjustment initially. So I was always still thinking that I was going to go back to work, even though this
mm,
is an answered prayer. And I felt like there was this tremendous pressure, even though people didn't say it, or maybe
yeah.
it was my interpretation of what I was hearing, but there was always this expectation, like, how can you settle? How can you trust your husband so
Right.
much that
Mm,
you would put your ambitions on hold, that you would stop doing you in support of him. And
yeah.
um, yeah, it was very difficult. And as I mentioned the other night, it's only been like what, 18 months or so of me coming to peace with the fact that this is where I am right now. This is where I am required to serve right now, and I am choosing to do it to the best of my ability. Like, I this is where I want to be. I don't have
Yeah.
regrets about being at home. This is where I want to be. And if I decide that in the next 2, 3, 4, whatever years, I want to go back to work, or I want to start up a career again, there's no time limit to that, also. And maybe some people will say, but you'll be older, you might not get work, whatever. Nothing is impossible if that is where I'm supposed to be,
Exactly.
you know? But
No, I
me
get you.
being here, yeah, me being here right now, this is where I need to be, and this is where I need to do the best that I can do right now. Like,
No.
because if I'm not at a job, like, I'm not outside of the house where I need to do the best. This is where I am right now. This is where I'm serving right now, and I can only be good at one thing at a time, or else something else is going to suffer.
No,
So
thank you so
yeah.
much for sharing that. I'm
Hmm.
I'm thinking about it, and I don't know if others have experienced it. I feel like society. I even said it one time on my Instagram that society will make us fight as women. They will
Yes.
make us compete against one another.
Yes.
Like you saying that I love being a stay at home mom. I
Yes.
love knowing that when my kids come from school, I'm home. For me,
Hmm.
honestly, when I'm listening to you right now, there was a small voice that was like wanting to take that as an attack,
Yes.
wanting to say
Yes.
that, what do you mean? What are you saying about me? Does it mean that the fact that I'm going to work, I have a 9 to 5, does it mean that
Mm.
I am not there for my kids? And I know that's
Mm.
not what you are saying, but I feel like that is how society and that is how the devil uses it somehow,
Yes.
where
Yes.
instead of coming together and embracing one another and understanding that this is your path and it's
Yes.
okay, instead
Yes.
we take it like it's a personal attack, or we take it like, no, it means you are settling for less. I
So,
remember, no, it's fine. What you mentioned about the fact that for people it was like, why are you not working? You
mm,
can't. And I feel like society, they make, especially now that we are in the era of independent women, you can do it all. So there is an element of shame placed on stay at home moms, like
yes,
as if you are not deserving, or you are not ambitious enough.
yes.
So how do you fight that? You said in the past 18 months, what changed? What changed for you? What made you feel like you'll be strong? This is me.
So in the past 18 months has also been the time where I have literally tried my best anything to generate an income. So yes, I
Yeah.
am exploring the options of, like, um digital creation, content creation. I have a YouTube channel. I'm on 2 other platforms and all those other things. But besides that, I was in network marketing.
And I was really, really, and it's not that there is anything wrong with what I was doing. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
it, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with the industry, but my intentions for being there was wrong. So my intentions were not pure. And I could not understand why God was not allowing my business to grow to what I believed it needed to grow. It I spent so much time not understanding why I couldn't break through. But when I sat and when I was honest with myself, the reason why I couldn't break through was because I wanted to be independent of my husband by making that money. And God knew that if that happened, it would destroy my marriage. And
Sure.
we can, as women, we, and I'm saying this based on me l- reading what other women write on social media, the undertone, the topics that we involve ourselves in, the type of things that we say, this whole boss babe um, movement, and I don't have a problem with boss babes. I don't have a problem with them. However, I feel a lot of that is rooted in us being heads of our homes instead of allowing, especially where husbands are um, in the home and they are doing what husbands need to do and they are taking their place as husbands. We are competing with our husbands. So we're taking that competition from a worldly view and we're bringing it into our families and we are literally causing distraction. So my motivation was to, and I didn't say it out loud because if I said it out
Yeah,
loud, I would I would not have believed it. But when I sat down and I actually peeled away at what it is, like what is the problem? Why am I not succeeding at this? Like what are my intentions? Like why is God not giving me the blessing? Because with him all things are possible. But why am I stuck? Um I realized that it was because I was building up a plan for in case my husband leaves me. There was nothing that 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 was even hinting or making me he was not doing anything, right?
yeah. No, I
that
get you.
that made me have this idea. But I had this idea that if this man decides to take his degrees and to take his job and to take his money, I am not going to be broken, I'm not going to fall apart, I'm going to be able to stand on my 2 feet. And
Sure.
that
No, oh, I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. No, it
Okay.
was only at the end.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's fine. Oh, I absolutely love your honesty, Cece. And the reason why I love it is because I can see myself. I can relate so much to what you are saying. And I think that's my reason why I I don't want to leave my job. And it's not because Hadi's being mean or what. Like, he's been great. He is great. Even now, even though I'm working, still he's the main provider, you know. But there are those voices, and I think that's where how we are raised, and also the voices from outside, because even when people are selling products to us, they are not saying you need insurance because it's good for your family. They are saying, what if your husband leaves you? What if your husband leaves you? What's going to happen to you? So already the message is planted in our mind that the reason I want financial stability is so that this guy, if he leaves, I can be okay. They don't say have financial stability for the sake of your family. Your family
Yeah.
deserves it so that you can help one another. So I appreciate the honesty. I really appreciate it because it's also helping me to reflect. We
Yes.
spoke about how sometimes we take other people's businesses and make it our own, other people's realities, And I shared about how I used to, that thing that's too good to be true. I think it's because of the environment, the community that I come from,
Mm,
where
mm,
I did not see healthy marriages. I did not see healthy relationships. And also, there was this narrative that if a man is good, there's something wrong with him. Or if he's good to you, it's because you did something.
yes.
So when I met my husband, it took me a long time to actually trust that he is who he says he is. So can we just share about that? Maybe someone is watching and they are going through that where they're like, I don't really believe it's too good to be true. And I
It's too
love
good.
saying that. Why do we think it's too good to be true? Why can't we believe when bad things are happening that it's too bad to be true? This can't
Ye-
be real. It needs to change.
Yes. I there was a this actually reminds me of a live that I did like a couple of months ago where I spoke about um how we both I basically spoke about love languages, but I spoke
Yes.
from my perspective. So yes, we all have love languages, and we all want to be loved in a specific way, or we all understand love in a specific way. But what happens in a case where you're not able to allow your husband to love you the way that he needs to express his love as well? So by looking at it from a perspective of my love language is words of affirmation, my love language is da 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 da. But have we considered what the other person's expression of his love language or her love language is, in order for them to also feel like you receiving their love? And I made an example of uh my husband bought me flowers like earlier on in our dating days. He bought me like flowers, and it was so overwhelming for me that I told him, I don't like flowers, don't buy me flowers. Or buy me shoes because I love shoes, buy me this because I love that. And he stopped. He never bought me flowers. And I sat one day and I was like, but why did you say you don't like flowers? Because you do like flowers.
Yeah.
Um, and I told him, like, please buy me flowers again. He was like, but why did you said you don't like flowers? That's why I didn't buy you flowers. And I was like, I'm sorry. I stopped you from expressing love in the way that you needed to express love because I was not ready to experience love in that way. For me, it was overwhelming. Like, for me, that was like, I love you. And I couldn't accept that this person really loved me that way, that they would do that for me. And I pushed it away. Um, and but I forgot what your question was. I knew it was a
No, no, but you answered it. You answered it. The part of it, and also how our society and community they somehow influence this narration that I don't want to be a stay at home, because I don't think that most of us we do want to be stay at home moms.
yeah,
Most of us we do. But then you are afraid that people are going to look down on you, or you're afraid because what if my husband leaves and I'm depending on him? So that is what I was saying. This thing that we allow other people to influence us so much. I love that example of love languages because, yeah, hey,
so I okay, and then the other point that you made about, like, why is it when it's too good to be true that it's so overwhelming, or it can't be
yeah,
true when we're okay with accepting the bad? Like, why isn't it that we do the same when things are bad? I think we just been I think as humans we just always try to find fault. Like,
yeah,
we cannot handle when things are good. And for myself though, because I know that that is like a problem for me, where I would go and I would look for, no man, think it's too right, it's too perfect. Do you understand? Like,
yeah,
I stop myself from thinking like that, because even if I think that, because I know the devil can't read minds, right? I need to stop myself from saying it, because the minute he hears it, he's going to make these things happen, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I need myself from thinking like, okay, these kids are packing away when they need to pack away. Everybody's doing their chores, like everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. What's going on here? I think it's just the way that we have come
yeah,
to live life, where we expect something bad to happen. There was a thing on the There was a little thing where this guy said something. I think it was one of these dating reality shows or whatever, whatever. But what caught me was when he said that he would rather love so much that even if he got hurt, that heartbreak would be so worth it because then he knows that he loved.
Yeah.
Because he been broken so badly if we didn't love deeply. And now I try and see things so that when it is really good, even beyond my expectation, if something bad happens, that means that that was real. Then that's
Yeah.
the proof that that was real. So, not that you go around waiting for the heartbreak or for the pain or
No,
for
I get you.
happen, but it would be confirmation that the good was really that good. Because if it wasn't good, it's just gonna be like, "Ugh, whatever." But if it actually hurts you, if it actually makes you shed a tear, you then know that you know what that was really good. And I think that is my journey on with coming to peace over the last 18 months of like, this is where I am, this is where I am stationed. That even if tomorrow I have to go and look for a job, or even if tomorrow I decide, like, you know what, let me go and find a career for me to pursue, then I would know that this was really that good. Like, this was
Yeah.
really that well. I did it for 8 years. I maybe didn't do it to the best of my ability all the time, but I enjoyed it. So while I'm here, let me enjoy it. Let me get stuck in. Let me do the things that I never thought that I would be able to do when I was working. I didn't want to be at work because if tomorrow comes and tomorrow doesn't look the same as today, and it makes me sad, at least I'll know today was real.
I
So
love it. Thank you so much. I see a comment from Siam Tanda. I absolutely love being a stay at home, the privilege of my own time. And I can absolutely relate to that. One, I think one of the things about lockdown, it gave us an opportunity to see what's possible. And I loved working from home. Even now, I'm still complaining that I'm not working from home
mhm.
because I love knowing that I can just decide to cook in the middle of the day. I can make soup
Mm,
while working, and I wish the employers will see the benefits of working from home, because instead of being stuck on traffic
that's
and all
it.
these things, now you are home, your kids come back. And even I remember asking my son Tiamo, because they will ask me when we started going back. There were
Mm,
days where maybe 2 days in, 3 days. And
yes.
we like, Mom, are you working from home? Every day he'll ask me, are you working from home tomorrow? Say, yeah, but they were fully back at school. So I
Yes.
asked him one time that, why do you ask, baby? Because it's not like you are home. And he said, I just love it when I come back home and I know that you are here. My
Oh,
heart,
oh,
the mom guilt of being a working mom, but I celebrate the fact that there are women like you who are stay at home. So I want us to talk about, you already spoke about how at the beginning you used to do so many things, you wanted to earn a living. Now you took away that pressure. So
mm.
I want people to be like, I can't be a stay at home, I'm going to get bored. Please please break away that myth that is not happening. You guys are not bored. You are not bored.
Always something to do. There is always something to do. And I think it's worse when you are at home because it's like your brain looks for things to do, right? Your brain looks for things to do. So I mentioned the other night that I do have help twice a week.
Yes, I
Even
love that. We were going to come to that, but please,
okay,
since you are already on that, please talk about it, because for me, I think that was one of my some of the things I watch, and I feel bad for stay at homes where people feel like, no, you can't have help. You are home. You are
it's
home. Why do
uh,
you need help?
it's a lot
So
of work
yeah,
because the thing is with being a stay at home mom, wife,
yeah,
all those terms, you your job doesn't stop. And I don't have toddlers. Like, I don't have small kids. My kids are grown, and it's
yeah,
so they all go to school. So it's like then I'm at home alone. But there's still not enough time to do everything that you want to do. And I would like to believe that we're also not at home to be cleaning the whole day. Like, no. Do you understand? Like, maybe
Yeah.
I know, but like, I can't clean all day long, every day. Like, you'll go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's not, and I think it's impossible to clean every day. Yes, you're going to tidy up, and you're going to have a couple of days in the week where you're going to like really clean certain spaces, but it's impossible to clean, like to deep clean every single day. It's not necessary, you know. But you don't get bored. You
Yeah.
And I don't mind being alone because I enjoy spending time on my own. So I don't like, it's not a problem for me that there's no one at home during the day, you know, or that there's no one to speak to or whatever. And even if I feel a little bit lonely or I want to see someone, I'll just go to the shop around the corner, walk around in Checkers for a few minutes, and then come back home again.
No,
People.
okay. Yeah, since you are there, ne, I just thought about this question. We didn't talk about it last time. So, how
Mhm.
do you maintain friendships? Do you automatically look for other stay-at-home moms? How do you socialize, or you go to Checkers and look for Bujo? We when they are passing, like, oh, that's interesting. That's so funny.
I
So, but
okay,
how do you maintain friendships? Because
I
some
think
of us we make friends from work
yeah.
and our connections will be based on this. So for stay at home moms, how do you make friends and how do you maintain friendships?
So for me though, I think maybe if I was not working while I was in Joburg, it would be a different story. But
Yeah.
in Cape Town, I don't have very many friends, and the friends that I have, we don't see each other often, and they work or they have their businesses or whatever. And it's, you know, adult friendships. I think it becomes even more difficult when you are not employed and your friends are employed, or your friends are running businesses. Like your friends are busy, like people are
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't. And because the other thing with other stay-at-home moms is many of their kids are still small. So for me it's not a case of like going for a play date with my toddler and another mom.
Mm,
How moms get together. Um I yeah, so I don't have any other stay-at-home mom friends that I go out with, you know. Um and I'm also not a person that has a lot of friends. So the friends that I have are people that I also used to work with. Like one of my best friends, I used to work with, and I we still keep in contact with each other. We don't see each other all the time because she's in Gauteng, I'm down here. But I think most of my friendships are like digital friends, like people that I know, or people that I don't know, and but we speak to each other, we kiki haha, and then I think that's just the type of person I am. So I think that's what makes it easier for me as well to be alone all the time, and then um the rest of the time I spend with my husband because like we're really good friends. So I don't feel like I need like adult conversation. I don't know. Oh gosh, I
no,
sound so.
I get you. No, I get you. I would like other stay-at-home moms. Can you please comment below? Please comment for me. I'm
But
very interested in this. How do you make friends or how do you maintain friendships? And I love the point that you made about other friendships. Like it's a lot.
a lot.
I've been trying to meet a friend of mine from Jan till today. Oh my god, it's August. Oh, we haven't met. I just realized I just realized that it's August. You know, we've been trying to meet from Jan and both of us we are in Joburg, just
Yes,
in different places.
yes.
And we haven't met because now with Siamo playing soccer, our weekends are no longer our weekends.
Yes.
Even spending time as a family, it's
Mm.
yeah, it's complicated. It's no longer as simple as we used to do it before.
No, so
So coming back to I love talking about finances. I love finances.
mm,
So we spoke about this and I really loved your response because one of the things I think we fear and one of the things we sometimes we used to not talk about it, you know, we don't talk about financially how are we even for
yes,
married couples we don't usually sometimes if the man is the main provider, he will be the one who's responsible for everything. So I think in our minds we are thinking that for stay at home moms it must be worse. Imagine now you must ask for 5 rand because that's how no, that's the example people usually use, that now I must ask for money for sanitary towels instead of going and buying my own. That's hey, we are dramatic. So how
And
do you
I think
yeah.
we made it dramatic. And I'm gonna be honest. Talking about money for me is very difficult. I don't like to like. I can talk about your money, right? Don't ask me what I did with the money you gave me or what I did with the money I was responsible. I get so defensive because I feel like I don't know. I feel like you're not trusting me or
Oh,
yeah.
I think
So
you are like my husband. While I'm like you can ask me, oh,
it's
okay, I gave you 500. What did you do? I'm
yeah.
one of those people who will talk about it before time. I will
Mm,
answer. I was reading T.S. Salani's
yes, I
comment.
know. So and it's also something that I had to learn that asking me what I did with the 50 rand does not mean that you are implying that I wasted the 50 rand. It just means
Yeah.
be accountable for what was placed in my hand to either go and multiply or to use effectively. It does not mean that you don't trust my as far as using that 50 rand is concerned. But what I think is important, and I think is something that should probably be discussed even before getting married. Like, I think this is like the biggest thing. I think when the time when we got married, it was still, it was still okay. Like, we could just, flow, go with the flow, whatever. Right
Yeah.
now, so important for couples to talk about things because there's so many things that go on, especially around finances, that people get a shock of their lives when they get married and they realize like, oh, you have so much debt, or oh,
Mm, mm,
oh, to drive this car you can actually afford it. And then I realize now that we are married that you don't even have 5 rand left at the end of the month, and
yeah.
which is a reality, and that is
Yeah, it is. It is.
it's a reality. And I share this because that was exactly the case for us. My husband said to me, I need to close all of my clothing accounts because there's no way that he's marrying me with all of this debt. And at first I thought he was being dramatic, like what, it's not a big deal because I can't pay these accounts. Like, why are you being so dramatic about it? And he was like, I'm not going into this with like bad debt or unnecessary debt. Like, clear this
Mm,
and into it. So when I became, for me, it was a bit easier because my husband is very good with money and he is very responsible. So and I know that he'll take care of us. Like, he's number one
yeah.
priority, right? But there was still that little voice that said, "You're putting all of this trust in this guy. What if he changes?
Mm.
What? What if? What?" And there was no reason for me to even
Yeah.
believe
No, I get you.
those what if, but I did. So I think it's important to discuss um, how much money you need as a woman. So if it's difficult for you to ask your husband for money for sanitary towels, why not come to an agreement that, okay, let's say, for example, and I'm just going to use like random amounts,
Mm,
I plan to take care of my personal needs every month, and then maybe twice a year you can bump that up to maybe like 5,000 rand, so that if I need to buy extra clothes or I want to buy
mm,
perfume or whatever the case may be, I can still have that money. Or if I want to save money on my own, that I have this with me, or that I can get that money, or you in charge of the shopping, as you're probably going to be in charge as the of the shopping every single month. Why not in the money that you need for the household include your expenses? Like, I think we overcomplicate things a lot, just to justify our reasons for not wanting to do something, or
no, I get
just
you.
reason for looking down on someone else's decision, you know, because but
Yeah.
it I don't have to ask my husband for money because he knows I need money and he gives me the money that I need. And if I do need extra money, I just ask him for it. As difficult as it is, still I'll ask, like, babe, please, I just need extra money. And he'll give me more than what I asked for. So I think it's really just communication. And I think it is important to even start that communication before you decide to leave your job and to stay at
Yeah.
home. Yeah, it's very
Okay.
important. Yeah.
No, thank you for that. I saw the comments. It seems like we most of you guys prefer digital friendships more than physical ones. And and I understand. Digital friendships are easy. I was saying to Davia, my friend, one time that I actually like communicating with people online more than physical, and she was surprised. I said, with physical, there's so much expectation. Like when I meet people that know me from online, I don't know how to react,
Yes.
especially if I don't remember their name or I don't remember them, and then they know me. It's like because I'm Joey
Yes.
everywhere. So even when you meet me, you are going to say, "Oh, Joey." Then I don't know you because you are underscore handle what.
Yes.
Then it's awkward because I don't want to come across as if I think I'm a celebrity or
Yes.
something. My
Yes.
husband is busy being my husband here on the door. Please make me green tea, baby, since you are here. Yes,
That's abuse.
he says it's abuse.
That's abuse.
No, he started me. He came here and he's
That's
busy,
abuse.
like, because I talk with my hands, he's busy talking.
That's abuse.
That's not abuse.
That's
Thank you. So the physical one is,
Must I switch the kettle with the generator?
Momo, leave me alone, man.
No, I'm asking.
No.
Asking from you.
Okay, babe. We'll wait for 6 o'clock. He's saying to me, he's using my words because we are using the generator right
Yes.
now. So I always say to him, he will want to use the kettle or the iron when it's the generator. I'm like, you are finishing the gas. Wait for the electricity to come back. So now he's saying, okay, because it's you, do you want me to switch on the kettle while we are using the generator? So because I'm a woman of integrity, I said no. We will wait for 6 o'clock
No
when the electricity comes back. I won't die.
space.
Okay. Yeah. Going back to the issue of digital friends, I understand why. It's easy. You just say, hi, how are you? I'm fine. But physical, it needs you to invest more into the relationship. So
Yes.
I don't blame you, ladies. I understand why. And also the fact that you guys are introverts. I'm in between being introvert and extrovert. It depends. It depends on the crowd. So hey everyone, hi Lindo, hi Poluko. I saw you ladies coming in, so thank you so much for that. So I love what you were saying, Sisi, about knowing communication. Also, this starts even in the dating.
Yes.
While you are still dating, what you were saying. I'm just going to be honest here, ne, guys. You can come for me. I judge the concept of stay-at-home girlfriends. I judge the concept of stay-at-home girlfriends. Like, you see the concerns we have when you are married, that what if he changes? At least you've got a legal contract that says that if you divorce, he's supposed to take care of you. But now you are just dating. No,
It's
I
risky.
judge it. I don't understand it. Like, I
I won't do
don't.
that. I won't do that. No.
Okay, please let us know, ladies. Will you do that? Be a stay-at-home girlfriend. Like, I judge that concept. I feel like that is so risky. That is
It's,
so risky. What if he changes?
it's
Because
risky.
what guarantees there that if he changes, okay. Let me leave that one. So we already spoke about the society and how they saw things, and I know that you are currently now you are busy with your digital content creation and everything. Are you now doing it from a place of peace and rest? And are you able to rest? Do you allow yourself to rest? I remember your fake nap. Do you remember your fake nap on one of your videos? You were recording yourself and like, yeah. Do you allow yourself to rest, or you feel like Nah, no, I can't. Other people are busy out there. Why should I rest?
I can't. Like, so the the content creation I enjoy,
Yeah.
like I really do. I feel like that is my little space, the thing
Yes.
that a form of self-care, if I might, Okay, on certain days, on other days it just stresses me out.
Today
Self-care.
was one of those days for me.
But it's something I enjoy. It's something that is my, like, I'm responsible for it, because I I create it, I record it, I do all of those things on my own. So that is only Legration. It's not Legration as this one, or Legration as that one, or Legration plus this one, or Legration plus that one. It's just me, and it's just for me. Um, and I am trying to not have it be a job, because I don't like the idea of it being I have to do it, because when I feel like I have to do something, I don't do it. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I just shut down. Then I'm like, like, whatever. I'm not gonna do this. Um, Especially because I'm not getting paid. So it's like,
You
what?
are a bit of a rebel, sis. When
Like,
you are Siamo, you are a bit of a rebel. It's like I'm going to show you. You won't tell me what to do, Ash.
I, I am I'm trying not to be, but I am. So I would be like, it's not gonna stress me out, especially because it's not paying me, right? Um, and I'm just being honest. Like, I don't know how to be anything else besides me, and I'm a very honest person. So maybe sometimes it makes other people uncomfortable, but I can't
No,
lie.
I love it.
Yeah. So for me it's like, and that's why when I like when it's busy, like when the kids are busy or the household is busy, or I need to do extra stuff in the house and I can't take a picture or I can't do a video, I just can't. And I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. And I think it is because of how how much time I invested in my previous things that I was busy with, that I took time away from my family. And it literally came to a point of like, I am doing this to be able to have time freedom. I already have time freedom, but now I'm taking my time and I'm tying it up to something because of, an idea that I put in my own head. Like, who am I fooling? So I'm very conscious of that now, that it doesn't take that the content creation doesn't take away time from my family. However, I've also used that as an excuse not to be consistent. So it was also a case of like, I would then go and look for things, unnecessary things to do for my family, or say that I was busy doing all of those things for my family all day long, when I was actually scrolling on Instagram and watching everybody's YouTube videos, but I wasn't creating my own. So I also had to come to that realization, by Gracia, you lying to yourself. You were actually not busy with the things that you said you were busy. You were only busy with that for an hour. The other 5 hours, you were just scrolling and giggling and chatting and doing everything else except what you were supposed to be doing. So it's a bit of something that I am trying to
I love the
navigate.
honesty.
Yeah,
I love
but
the honesty. Thank you for that. Because I wanted us to talk about that sometimes as women, and I think it can be dangerous, especially for stay at home moms.
yes,
Because if you dedicate your life sort of to your
yes,
family and to your kids, and I see it sometimes happening with moms
mm,
of boys, where they will invest so much in in their boy child, and then he becomes a man, then he gets married and
mm,
he has his own life now. Then all that passion and love he gives it to the wife, which is
yes,
supposed to be like that.
yes,
Then some of the moms starts being angry because it's like, I gave up everything for you.
yeah,
Now there is this new girl. Joey just comes and your
mm,
focus is on
mm,
Joey. Now you are building the big house for Joey. Now
Mm,
you are buying Joey all these things that you were supposed to do for me. And I've seen it happening, especially even if when the dad is not in the picture, the mother-in-law, she doesn't have a husband. So I love when the fact that you make a decision like this, but
mm,
I also worry sometimes, especially if your motives are not right,
yes,
because we have had cases like that where the mother-in-law is so nasty
yes,
to the poor girl, and not because she did anything, just because she feels like I gave up everything for this guy, and
yes,
now he's moving on.
yes. There was I think I shared this like on one of the um get dressed with me videos that I did on Instagram, and I think I shared it on YouTube as well, but I didn't really go into a lot of detail on that video. But there was a time where, and it was like a day or two at the time, and then I would feel okay, and then it would be like again a day or two, and then when I start feeling like that, I know that there's something that I need to like. There's something I need to, I need to go deep, and I need to unpack, and I need to find out like what is this feeling, and
Mm.
it feeling of feeling overwhelmed to a point where I struggled to get out of bed, and the
Yeah,
reason, and I know that it wasn't. I say that it 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 was something that I could deal with. It wasn't that I needed professional help with it.
yeah, no, I get you.
You understand? So it was like I needed to see like what this was. And I was feeling so overwhelmed um, because I did not have a space just for me. So there wasn't, I was pouring everything into everybody else, and they were not asking that of me, but I just felt like I needed to do this for them. Like I needed to do everything for them so that I could be the best stay at home mother and the best homemaker and the best wife that I can possibly be, even though they didn't ask that. But at the end of it, I was feeling like there was no more Lagracia. It was
Yeah,
I was intertwined in them. So I was intertwined in picking this one up and doing this from this one and sorting this out for that one. And like I just felt like it was too much. And
yeah,
doing that to me or asking that of me, but I was literally like building myself into their lives, Like I felt like I needed to do and be everything for them, which is not right and it's not fair. I feel like the only way I can be effective is if I am still Lagracia plus a support to each one of them and to our home and to our family. And when they then are busy with their things and whatever, whatever, I still have something to do here with my time and for myself. And that is where I feel the content creation is like so important for me, because then I realized that there was four things that I really enjoyed doing for myself. That was getting dressed, and that's why I started recording it. This other thing was praying and reading my Bible, but like really praying, and really reading my Bible. The other thing was exercising. And what was the fourth thing? Oh, the fourth thing was sorting out clutter, which is also why I started decluttering and selling the stuff. So those are the things that I focus on for myself. And it's been easier where I don't feel like if this child leaves the house, what am I going to do? Or if my husband is busy doing what he does and he's not at home, what am I going to do with my time? Like that was really starting to bother me. And I'm glad I figured out what that was. Because now when I feel feeling coming on, I know immediately like, okay, you two emerged in what they're doing. Go create content, or go pray more, or go to the gym, or declutter, or and then that makes that part, it makes me feel full.
yeah. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing it. And I don't think it's something that happens only to stay at home moms, but also to me. I remember there was a time I was feeling resentful a bit of hubby because I was feeling like I was sacrificing my dreams for him. but he never really asked me to. It's
No.
what you were saying, that sometimes we will do things for our families because from the goodness of our heart or because it's our love language. And when they don't act the way we wanted, we get hurt or we feel like they are not appreciating. I saw your comments here, Mtandale. Now that's my prayer too, that when my boys start, finally I will be that mom in love who will be so excited for them and who will laugh. Because I sometimes say to Ogi, even though we are not yet there with the dating, I'm still digesting it. So I will say to him that, Ogi, if you like, you can't say to your wife and say, my mom was that woman who will make sure the house is what. No, you will be lying to her. So you
Yeah.
can't be expecting things you did not see from me.
Mm.
So I believe that because we are already having the conversations, I want us to finish with this one. I think you mentioned the issue of a budget somehow. You didn't say it exactly, but the way you were explaining, I assume that there is a budget. I want to talk about something. I struggled with this in my marriage, where my husband is a he's a spender. I'm not really. I'm a small spender. My husband likes nice things. He's like you and Siamo. I like being a cheapskate. So
Mm.
there was a time sometimes I'll resent him for that. So I just want to know, do you ever go have you ever went through that where you feel like, oh, I'm compromising myself? Look at this. I haven't bought a legging for 3 years, but you, meanwhile, you have a shirt and what. And he never asks you not to buy that. You are the one who's deciding on your own because you're like, hey, I'm the saver of the family and I'm saving money. Have you ever went through that? I just want to know.
If I say no, I haven't. And
Really? Yeah,
I think it is because my husband knows, like he really knows like what I need to keep me
yeah.
happy. You know? Like even if I'm a little sad, he'll be like, come, let's go buy you shoes. Or don't you want a new
So you
dress?
never say no
Or
to
don't
them because
bec-
my issue is that I say no. I'm one. That's my struggle. I say no. Like
I don't
okay, please, everyone who's watching, please let me know. Have you ever said no to a gift, or are you the one who'll be like, no, you are wasting money? I'm like that. I'm like, why are you buying me this shoe? I could buy a cheaper one from what, or there's no need for you to buy me these earrings. Hey, Lovisa has them. I can buy it. So but I love it for you because we need that, Sissy. So when the guilt comes, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, I know. I say like, no, it's not necessary. I'll wait. But he knows like that's what she's like. So but what I had to learn was because he's constantly the person that makes sacrifices for everybody around him,
Yeah,
self last. Because I don't know how to put myself last in that instance, I will force him to be like, no, you need to also buy for you. Or I'll be there.
yeah,
If we buy for me, then we need to buy for you as well. It's not that like it's not
yeah,
just the whole time for you as well. So now we have that like okay, and my husband loves books, so he won't worry about anything else. If he can buy all the books in the world and have it here next to him, close to him in his lap, that would make him the happiest man in the world. So for him, it's not always shoes or sneakers or clothes or the same things that I want. For him, it's as simple as just buying a new book, and just savoring a new book. So, but I know that I need to be conscious of the fact that
I'm
he
like, it
will be ready.
seems I lost the memo. I didn't get the memo. I needed the memo. No, seriously, I struggle. I don't know if it's no, I do know. I think it's because of my childhood, how I grew up. So I think there is a part of me that has not healed yet. So yeah, I need to be sure. Like I struggled. We even spoke about it where a lot of moms will sacrifice themselves for the whole of their family. Some moms, they will not even buy anything on
Yeah.
myself, for example, but I end up spending on the kids and him. No, you need prayer. You need prayer.
Mother. Me, I'm not that man. You give me money for me.
I
For me.
used to be that mother. I used to be that mother, especially with the kids. Eh? I will go into a shop wanting to buy for myself, I'll buy for the kids. But I realized that it's also building up to what I'm afraid of, the resentment
Yeah.
later on. And also I think I changed my mind once I had Asa, my
Mm,
girl, because I feel like I don't want her to sacrifice herself because she has seen her mom sacrificing herself. I think the reason why I'm like this is because I've seen my mom doing it. So she kept on doing it. So I'm used to it. But I don't want it for us. Hence, I've
yeah.
started the unlearning process because ladies, okay, we need to unlearn, we need to change
Yeah.
because
No, we
especially
need
if
to
we are raising girl
go.
children because they will end up feeling bad. I'm unlearning because my mom was like that. She
Mm,
sacrificed for all of us. So it's a norm for me to
mm,
sacrifice myself. So like, and sometimes it used to come across as if I'm being ungrateful. I will complain about my husband buying me something. I will want to return it. I even shared about how I wanted to sell my ring when things were bad, my
yeah.
wedding ring, because I was like, no, it's fine. We'll buy another one. Things are bad. At least we can get good money, you know? And yo, he was so offended. He's still offended. He still
I,
reminds me that when you wanted to, you wanted to sell your wedding ring.
yeah.
Mara, it makes sense for me. It makes sense, Sissy. Like things were difficult, things were challenging.
I can understand that it makes sense, but I think it's very important for us as, and I love the fact that you're saying that you, since having ASA, like you become aware of like what it is
Yeah.
that because you may not say to her, as a mother, I sacrifice everything, blah, 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 blah. But she's learning that when my mother does something, instead of doing it for herself, she does it for us. So that means that that is what I need to do. Like, and I used to feel very bad about the fact that I can walk into a shop and buy stuff for myself and not buy stuff for the kids. So now I think I've reached a little bit of a happy medium on the days where I pay attention and then I'll buy them maybe like one. You must ask these kids. Like I wish these kids would agree to come onto my channel and actually tell you all the truth about me because it sounds like I'm lying. They'll tell you.
No.
There's, there's one. There's one that's watching. Oh, yeah, she is. She's not watching. I wish there's one that she would be like, no, she's not lying. Like me,
But
no,
that's good. That's good. I love it because I feel like society has made us feel that all of us we are supposed to be like this.
yeah,
And it's very wrong. We get exhausted
yeah,
and then we get tired and we get bent out, we get
yeah,
angry. So
yeah.
I personally for me, Sissy, I love it for me. I love seeing women like you because it reminds me that that's what I want. That's what I want for my daughter. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's a good thing. And I see Sia is saying that she is on that trip now. She's going to change. Yeah, let us change. Let us be the difference. Thank you so much, Sissy. If it's up to me,
sorry,
we
sis.
will
Before,
go.
it's just
Yeah,
one want to mention, and it's something that I like that has been bugging me today. And
yeah.
it's about doing like it's basically about what we're talking about today. And it is the thing about resentment or feeling resentful. So earlier, okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because I have a very strong belief that if you have a thought that is bugging you, you need to speak, right? And
What do
because
I mean?
the sorry, the minute you let it out, which is something that I'm also learning, is when you speak about it, it doesn't have that much power over you anymore.
Yes, yes.
It, you say what you need to say and you work through it and you let it go, right? So that's my little bit of therapy today with y'all. So earlier on today, um, I was on my way to gym, but then I realized there's no water and there's no bread and there's whatever. And yes, I'm the person that goes to the shop. So, but today I caught myself feeling resentful towards my family because Saturday, it's one of the days that I'm supposed to take a little bit more time for myself. Yeah, I am having to go to the shop to do stuff for all of them. when they are all doing stuff for themselves.
Yeah.
And I was like, but why am I? Because all you see there, they say,
Yeah, I see.
so today, out of all days, I felt like they all going and they all living their best lives and they're doing what they want to do. But now I must go to Checkers and I must go and buy bread and I must go and buy water. And I was really feeling sorry for myself. And I started feeling like, why didn't anybody else think to go and buy? Because they drink most of the water. Like I hardly drink water. The time I drink water is in my tea and my coffee. They're the ones that fill up their water bottles, and now there's no water, and no one is going to go buy water. And I really started feeling
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I feel, that uneasy
Mm.
resentment rising. And I was like, but you understand, if you truly understand why you're doing what you do, why are you feeling like they are not helping you in this moment? And I had to sit still. I actually did. I sat still for
Mm.
like 5 10 minutes to examine like what is it about this that I'm feeling. So
Mm.
I'm having uneasy feelings towards them about the fact that I need to go buy water that they drink. But I know that if I asked anybody to either come with me or to go and buy it, no one would say no. But why am I feeling like that? And I think it is a very normal feeling. And maybe
Yeah.
it's not about buying water. Maybe it is about that you need to sacrifice your day to go to maybe, a soccer match. As much as you love seeing play, it also means that you're not going to see your friend, or you couldn't see your friend for 8 months. But I think the point that I'm trying to bring home is that our families are only in this like time of actively mothering or parenting. And when these kids do then spread their wings and they fly, we we only have them for a short space of time, and we should enjoy that time instead of looking at it as a chore. um,
Yeah.
but we also should remember that we should do things to fulfill ourselves, so that you don't feel funny towards them when they are focusing on doing the things that your support is allowing them to feel. Because I know that without my support it would be so much more difficult for them to do what they. And that is the role that I play as a mom and as a wife. It is to support them so that they can have all the tools and they can do the things that they want to do. But also realizing that I can support myself because they support me too in the things that I need to do or the things that I want to do for myself. So, yeah,
I
I think
love that. No, I love that. Thank you.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, for being with us. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I love that. The part about your support is helping them to do the things that they are supposed to do. And also understanding that they will only be this little for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Cici, for allowing me to steal you again. I really appreciate your wisdom. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. I
Thank you.
think this was more for me than it was for you and everyone else. I needed this. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you for the comments. I saw them. I appreciate them. Thank you for watching until so far. Have a lovely, lovely evening.
Thank you. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Bye. Oh, last time I didn't end it.
Is it?
Yeah, no, last time is because I had that YouTube restrict time, what. You know
Oh,
what you were saying, that if you are not careful, you will be on YouTube for the whole day.
yes. True.
So I had that time, what.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
so, yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Bye. Bye, everyone. Okay.